Now then, if you've been listening to our news bulletins here, and indeed if you've been listening to us over the last week or so, you would have heard us crowing on about the fact that we won a Digital Media Awards recently in Dublin at the Burlington Hotel for our podcasting. And prior to that actually happening, with regard to this particular programme, you hear me going on practically every week about MySpace this, MySpace that, MySpace the other thing. And I had somebody point, it was actually Leanne Hart, who's a good friend of this here programme, sent me an email to say that she was appearing on BalconyTV. I thought, that's very nice for her, good, happy. I just thought no more of it. And then this BalconyTV started to appear more and more in emails, in blogs and what have you. And as coincidence would have it, when I arrived up to, actually slightly before that, I had an email from one of the people involved with BalconyTV wondering about an interview. And I said, of course we could do. We must set it up. And as coincidence would have it, at the Burlington Hotel, when we arrived in and we were sat at our table, there was three of us here from WLRFM, I noticed two people were sitting at the same table as well, and two of them in particular looked very familiar, and I couldn't quite figure where I'd seen them before. And eavesdropping as I do, I subsequently found out that these three people represented BalconyTV. And lo and behold, they were also up for a couple of awards. I think three of them, and they came away with one of them as well, which is not a bad little accolade to get, considering that they've only been going for a wee while. To talk more about them is the main man behind that, is Stephen O'Regan. Stephen, first of all, well done on the award.
Thank you very much. Well done to you too.
Indeed, it's all kind of like, are we brilliant?
World domination.
I tell you. Listen, the whole idea of BalconyTV, I was about to say what it was all about, but who better to tell the people what it is about than your good self? So what is BalconyTV?
Well, basically, myself and my flatmates, Pauline and Tom, we live on Dame Street in Dublin, and we have a very nice apartment, which is located with a beautiful little balcony. It's a very, very, very small balcony, but basically we had it for a couple of years, and we never made any use of the balcony. We just put like rubbish out there.
Yeah, what do you normally do with a balcony of that size anyway?
Yeah, I know. It's got a spectacular view, but we never really do anything. You know, the Irish weather and stuff, it's not exactly, you know, the Caribbean, you know, so... But we used to just throw junk out there, but, you know, we got thinking, you know, we should do something a bit different with it, you know, we should make use of it, you know, take advantage of this beautiful little space that we have. And then the idea, I think, just came down from the sky. Well, TV.com.
Well, why specifically? Well, you seem to at least focus mainly on music. Was that what you set out to do, or was it just going to be anything?
No, initially the idea was that we thought we could. So basically, it's a 5-minute daily internet show from the balcony, and our idea initially was that we just feature, you know, random little moments on the balcony. It didn't have to be music. You know, we like the idea of having a wide variety of entertainment, basically.
Right.
But I think as it's developed, it's kind of had a natural evolution, and it's become predominantly music based.
Would you all be fans of the Irish music scene anyway?
Well, Pauline plays the cello, and she's in a band called Alan Alda.
Indeed, no. Tom
is a double bass player. He's been playing around the Dublin scene for quite a while now, and I'm a filmmaker myself, so that's where I come in, you know. So we combined our powers, and this is what we came up with.
How confident were you going to the awards last week? When you were in three categories.
I know Pauline. I know Pauline and Tom, who were both the presenters of BalconyTV. I know they weren't confident at all, but I was quietly confident. I mean, I think we've had such a wide variety of musical acts on the balcony now. I mean, I just thought, in terms of the best music website category, I think, you know, that's exactly what we've done. We don't charge any acts. We're not making any money out of it. We're completely independent. I mean, we're not trying to, you know, we're not taking advantage of anybody in this, you know what I mean? So I think, you know, yeah, I think best music website. That's it.
Well, I found it very interesting, and anybody I mentioned it to here when, you know, what was BalconyTV all about, I said the best thing I can tell you is that the likes of Paul Brady and Shea Healy have appeared on the balcony. I mean, they're pretty heavyweight names, and who else was in there? Eleanor McAvoy and loads and loads and loads. And regular listeners to this programme would be familiar with a lot of the names that have. Remo have been there, Vertigo, Jimmy Cullen. It goes on and on and on. Charlie McGettigan. I mean, it's right across the board. And you were saying to me up in Dublin that a lot of these people actually ring you to come on the balcony.
Yeah, well, now I think the word of mouth is finally getting around, and most of the acts kind of get in contact with us now. But the great thing is, basically, with Balcony TV, we're trying to incorporate the big websites. We incorporate YouTube; they're the website that holds their videos. We incorporate MySpace. That's how we network with the various bands, and we use Blogger, which is how we basically just put the whole website together.
Yeah.
And so basically that's how we communicate with all the different acts and stuff. And there you have it.
So what now? I mean, you've won an award which has got to up your profile big time. Where would you like to see this going from now on?
Well, I personally like to keep it with its independent flair, you know. But I mean, you know, these type of things can't go on forever without, it does take up a certain amount of time. And I mean, idealistically, you know, we wouldn't mind making a bit of do-re-mi from it, you know.
Why not?
Why not? But at the same time, we'd like to keep like, you know, the independent music flair to it. But I think what we need more big acts to drop in every so often to boost it a bit. You know, Paul Brady being on, Eleanor McAvoy, you know, even, you know, Roy Seven, Shea Healy, these acts, you know, have been very, very important to us. And without those acts, I mean, it helps all the smaller acts for bigger acts to perform now and again, you know. It gives, because, you know, then people will be checking on to see who's going to be on, and that's how they might discover the new music, you know.
And how's it been since you won? I'm sure your phone must have been quite busy since last week.
Oh yeah, I've had to turn off my phone, you know. It's just been on the go, you know. Had Bono there on the blow earlier on, you know. And
you wish.
Mental.
You never know. Stranger things have happened, you know.
I know. Well, actually, we have tried. Myself and Pauline went to see U2's last gig in Hawaii there just before Christmas. Yeah. And what we wanted to do was a Balcony TV special from the U2 gig, our first gig off the balcony. But principal management were having none of it.
You never know. I mean, I think if you persist with them, I would imagine Bono would be open for the idea and the whole idea of what you're trying to do. You'd
like to think so. But we had a great U2 cover band on called Vertigo, and
yes.
We gave the Bono character a big megaphone on the balcony, and he started like shouting down the street like Bono. And there were people on the street looking up with their mobile phones. They were convinced it was legit, you know.
Well, at a distance, I suppose you wouldn't be too. It'd be hard not to tell the difference, you know.
Yeah, well, exactly. It's high up enough, you know. And he had it very good. And the thing is, all the shows are in the archive, you know. So
indeed,
if anybody's listening, you know, just go into the Balcony TV archive and they can look up any show that's been on so far. And there's been.
So this means now that you're going to have to get in touch with Bord Pleanála to get an extension to the balcony.
You know, it's strange the way people say that, but I like the way it's so small. I think that's kind of
it's probably the appeal of it, yeah.
It's the humour of the thing, you know. I think there's a certain amount of comedy that goes with it, you know.
Well, many congratulations on it, Stephen. I mean, I'm sure from a point of view of a musician, just getting themselves known and getting themselves out there, that's the attraction from a musician's point of view. And I like the idea of somebody just doing that for the hell of it. As somebody mentioned here, said, well, there's obviously no lighting involved. There's no proper acoustics involved. No, you just go out and do it.
Yeah, it's very, very simple. We've got a very simple little radio mic, and that basically does the job. And we've got a garden light, which does the lighting, and we've got like cheapest camcorder that you can get on the market, you know.
There you go. So it's balconytv.com or indeed myspace.com/balconytv if anybody wants to have a look-see.
Yeah, that's it.
Stephen O'Regan, many thanks indeed, and long may it continue.
Thank you very much, sir, and hopefully we'll talk again.
I certainly hope so. Take care.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you.